Hello YouTube, so I started the new year like planning to make one video a week. That didn't happen, of course working kind of killed. But anyway, we're now gonna, I would say spill the tea, but we've got coffee, so we're spilling the coffee on my life. So as you will be able to tell by the title, I have gone vegan again. So I kind of did veganuary, but not really, because I was at home for a few days in January, and I didn't want to like, you know, be annoying, and I didn't want to just, you know, have a very anti-vegan family, and that does make it really hard, not gonna lie, to not be vegan, like, but to stay vegan, because I don't really have that support, but also having the vegan food in the house, because I was at home a few days ago, it does actually encourage people to eat vegan food, which is really funny because I'm like, I've just bought way too much food for me, by mistake, so you know, you can all be healthier and eat more vegetables and like eat some of my vegan food. And they're like, no Hannah, don't push your lifestyle on me, but then they like try the vegan food and like, oh, that's great. Other than them eating like my entire bar of warm milk, that wasn't great. Like, no, don't appreciate that, don't respect that. But you know, at least for eating vegan chocolate. Yes, anyway, so why have I gone vegan again? Considering it didn't work last time at all, gonna be honest, didn't really go into detail about the extent of my gut health at the time. Like, it was really bad, and it was really TMI, and it's not something I really feel comfortable going into depth with on YouTube. But yeah, that happened and it was really quite bad, and also last time it wasn't ideal for my mental health. I mean, it was good for my mental health because like eating vegetables makes me happy. I don't know, like I genuinely enjoy it, eating healthy food, and I enjoy cooking, and I feel more creative with food when I'm vegan, than when I'm not vegan. So like, yeah, there's those pros, I guess, but I think I was too focused on staying skinny, looking like freely and not eating too much fat, but I was eating too much fat, but I wasn't eating enough fat for my body, hence gut health, because I was eating too much volume for my body to like digest and process, and too much fibre because I was scared of mock meats and I was scared of tofu, and I don't really know why, because now I allow myself to spend the extra money, which yes does make veganism a little more expensive. I can't speak. I allow myself to spend the extra money on mock meats, on tofu, on plant milks, on gluten-free alternatives, not all the time because gluten-free is hella expensive, on gluten-free alternatives, in order to try and protect my stomach, and my bowels, and you know, all of that lovely GI tract stuff. But you know, back whenever this 2 years ago I wasn't doing that, and part of why I was doing that was because I wanted to be skinny. I wanted to stay skinny, and I was scared that if I ate too much tahini, or I cooked with oil, or I think I did start cooking with oil eventually, actually. Eventually. It took a while, but eventually the oil did come in. But anyway, but yeah, if I was gonna put like too many nuts on my porridge, or have more than a tablespoon of peanut butter, or have too much soya milk, as if that was gonna kill me, even down to like have too many legumes, because I don't even know. Like, I think I was always so scared of the amount of fat I was adding to my food, and yeah, I was still eating like 15%, like 15 to 20% from memory on the average day. What I eat in a day show way more. Like, I obviously cherry picked them. It wasn't enough for my body, and yeah, considering nutritional deficiencies, which I'm trying to avoid by supplementing. I mean, I left my supplements at home, that was sensible, but I'll get them posted up. I'm trying to avoid now by supplementing, and not eating foods that I absolutely 100% cannot digest and get any benefit from, which is quite upsetting because it means I can't eat mushrooms because they're like a staple in a vegan diet. Legumes are an issue. I can digest. I can digest them enough to gain some benefit from them, or at least digest enough of them enough to gain some benefit from them. But with vegetables as well, it does lead to too much fibre, and yeah, like, not fun. Just like having to permanently sit on the toilet, it's not fun. So relying on mock meats, like, I can't eat kidney beans, I can't eat mushrooms, I can't eat red bell peppers, I can't eat, what else can't I eat? There's a lot of things, but I can't eat. It's fine, and we'll get over it. But yeah, like, being mindful of that, I guess, is gonna make it work this time, and not getting too restrictive, and just supplementing, obviously, given needs to happen, especially because I'm not gonna know when I'm deficient in iron or like B12 or D because of my chronic fatigue syndrome. Like, I don't know the difference between iron deficiency and my chronic fatigue symptoms. So yeah, like, not getting too restrictive, trying to vary up my diet as much as I can on the budget I am on, and considering the limitations with the vegetables that I can and can't eat, and the limitations with the legumes that I can't really eat, at least not in significant quantities, and if I do, I'm going to suffer consequences. And with trying to spend extra money on gluten-free food to stop, or at least like calm down my nausea, yeah, like, all of that is a lot to consider and does make life more expensive, but I think that's going to help make it work. Fingers crossed. Obviously eating a lot more fat, because, you know, when I track onto Chronometer now, I eat like 35 to 40% fat most days. I mean, some days I do go a bit lower. There was one day I was like, oh my god, I've only eaten like 25% of my calories from fat today. Like, how? Like, how? Like, what? And like 2 years ago, that would have freaked me out. But it's understanding that I do feel more satiated, and I have to eat less often if I eat more fat and protein. Funny, people have been trying to say this for so many years, and that allows my digestive tract to have a decent break in between food. Like, I'm not constantly eating, I don't constantly have the urge to eat. Like, last time I was vegan, like, I was constantly hungry, like, I constantly had to snack on something. But now I feel more stable with my appetite, and yeah, like, I'm just enjoying my food a lot more. Like, it tastes nicer because I'm not limited to carbs and carbs and carbs and maybe a little bit of fat and protein, but like not too much fat and protein, otherwise the world's going to end. Yeah, like I think that's obviously is going to help, and it is helping because not only am I eating healthier and that's helping my stomach, it's helping I'm getting less reflux, but my gut health hasn't gone to shit yet, so hopefully it won't start to go to shit. Yeah, and I'm just trying to approach it, I guess, with a new perspective of not trying to be perfect, not in like that there are many branches of not trying to be the perfect vegan, and not feeling bad, I guess, because I'm still ill, and if I was doing it right I wouldn't have any health problems. Like, that's a lie. Not feeling bad because I'm not because my medication isn't vegan, like obviously my medication isn't vegan, or because I go to McDonald's, not much, but I don't have any vegan friends. I have an anti-vegan family. Like, McDonald's is a necessity, and it's bloody good if they have options, or 9:30 at night when it's just next to you and you're hungry, like other use for McDonald's, and it's like the only thing there. Obviously don't endorse McDonald's, not healthy, that's not good for my stomach, not like an ideal form of nutrition, but it's useful that they have options. And I would rather support their options and other companies' options that aren't vegan companies, that, you know, make veganism, I guess, more inclusive to everyone, rather than just those privileged few that can grow their own food, and have a fully supported family and have vegan restaurants near them and can afford to go to vegan restaurants that they happen to have an abundance of near them. Yeah, anyway, that is not one. And yeah, like, okay, so it was like always a plan to go vegan again. It was always a plan to, I guess, because I genuinely do care about the animals. Like, yeah, it was slightly wrongly minded last time, but it was always about the animals. I did genuinely care about the animals. I think it's very difficult to watch Earthlings, or Dominion. I haven't watched it yet. I watched 4 minutes, and that was enough. And I'm sure I'll watch the full thing at some point, maybe when I don't have a degree to do, but yeah, that 4 minutes was enough. Yeah, I think it's very hard to watch things like that, and continue eating animal products. Especially when you're aware that that's not what's just happening in the country that it's being filmed in. You know, it's not just, it happens here as well, it happens in the UK as well, and at the end of the day these animals do die, like, for us, and they can't consent to that. And these animals get their babies taken away from them and they can't consent to that, and chicks die on the day of birth and they can't consent to that. And it's not fair that we're using them when there is another way for the majority of the population. So while I can do it, I'm gonna do it. And same goes, obviously extends further than food. Same goes for a variety of products that I have. I was trying to buy, at the very least, cruelty-free makeup, cosmetic, beauty, cleaning products, even after I stopped being vegan, because genuinely cared about the animals. It's not like I just went from 0 to 60 and didn't care at all. When I was buying for myself, I was mostly buying, at the very least, cruelty-free. So there will be a transition to make sure everything is fully vegan, and yeah, like, things people have bought for me aren't cruelty-free because family don't get the cruelty-free issue, which is fine. Like, I'm not going to not use it if they've got it as a present, and that's just kind of genuinely my approach. I guess. And yeah, it's just about running when I run out, to pay attention to make sure not only is it cruelty free, but also it contains no animal derived ingredients, which is going to be so much fun because I wear makeup now and vegan makeup feels complicated. Feels very complicated. But we'll get there, we'll figure it out. We can only do the best we can do. If we miss something on an ingredient list, I'm not going to beat myself up for that, because yeah, we learn, we grow, we develop, we do what we can do. Same with food, like I'm only focusing on meat, eggs, milk, honey, what else? Vitamin D sometimes. Vitamin D sometimes. Yeah, anyway. Dairy, eggs, meat, honey, vitamin D sometimes. Yeah, like I'm only focusing on that right now, and I know there are other animal derived ingredients. But brain power can't comprehend. And to be fair, with what I buy on a day-to-day, but week-to-week basis, those other animal derived ingredients shouldn't be an issue. Because like, yeah, like all of the E numbers, it really shouldn't be an issue. I'm eating relatively healthy. So yeah, that is it. That is that little spiel. We're not being perfect, we're just being real, we're being me, we are being authentic, we are doing what we can to help the animals, and I'm not going to beat myself up if I decide that one day I do need to include a bit of fish. I don't know what benefit fish is going to provide. I mean, omega-3s, I guess. Include a bit of fish, as if the fish is going to... If I develop a soya intolerance, then, like, obviously I'll have to go back to animal products, because low gluten, legumes are an issue. Yeah, like, obviously I will have to go back to animal products. Yeah, it's just kind of about doing what I can for the animals, but also not being a martyr for the animals. And I don't think you have to be a martyr for the animals to be vegan. I think, you know, we come first, as individuals, as the human race, and I think it's only natural to want to protect our own species first. And yeah, some people are going around being martyrs for the animals, but that doesn't mean we have to, and that doesn't mean other people considering veganism have to. Personally, health-wise, I think flexitarianism is probably healthier than veganism, just because it's more universal. And really the only reason to be fully vegan is for the health and the environment, which is why I'm doing it. But yeah, if I was giving someone health advice, I would just be like, more veg, less animal products, not like no animal products, because I do appreciate they have some value in nutrition, in terms of protein, omega-3s, zinc, iron, and yeah, so that is my spiel, you know, and this is what is happening. I don't know whether I'm going to start making what I eat in the days again. I did really enjoy making them, but I know right now I'm not eating a huge number of calories, which also means I'm not eating hugely nutritionally adequately, which, I mean, I take supplements, it's fine, but also I don't want to influence people to restrict because I'm only eating like 1600 calories a day. No, don't do that. A, I could have just been not hungry that day. B, I don't do any exercise. When I get more active, like, I will eat more, obviously, like, because I want more. My metabolism has slowed down a lot, since becoming increasingly ill. Like, yeah, no, don't, like, I just don't want people to compare what I'm eating to what they should be eating. And I don't want you doing veganism wrong, judgment. Fuck off. Like, sorry for the language, but fuck off. I'm doing me. I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what works for my body as best as it can. And I'm trying to support my body in doing what I want to do with my life. And that means not giving it undue pressure in terms of digestion or anything like that. So yes, anyway, should be all over. Also, yeah, just don't really know how I feel about that topic right now. Like, I want to make some, but also I don't want to influence anyone wrongly. And I don't know, maybe I'll just add a disclaimer, but even then I know it can still be an influence. Yeah, anyway, I've just spent 20 minutes and I don't know what I've said. Anyway, see you in my next video. I'm so exhausted. Oh my god. See you in my next video. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and follow me on all my other social medias. Links will be down in the description.